Okay, so this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. Jason Lee, Melyssa Ford, DoBoy, and we're back now with our guest, Laura Govan.
The beautiful Laura, and she smells so good, guys. I know you can't smell her.
Let's get real past that. We don't care,
DoBoy has suddenly
so
forgotten he has a girlfriend.
Yes,
there's so much to talk about. DoBoy just got a girlfriend. We'll talk about that off camera.
I have a girlfriend. Thank you.
So Laura is all over social media this week, and I mean, you've been on social media forever with your ex, Gilbert Arenas. So we are so thankful that you would come in and talk to us because we want to really get down to the dirty of what's going on with you and your ex.
Of course you do.
So the first question I guess I have is, why do you think Gilbert is so obsessed, or apparently looks obsessed with you?
Well, first of all, we were together for 15 years.
Oh.
And although it was off and on, it was a lot, you know. We would fight to fuck and fuck to fight.
Ooh, aggressive
but
sex.
We had a lot of passion for each other. And I loved him, you know. I did. I was madly in love with him. But I just grew up, and it just didn't work out. It was just a whole bunch of, it was a lot of a lot. And so.
Okay.
So you guys have 4 kids together.
Yeah.
How old is the youngest?
He is 5. He just turned 5.
He just turned 5. Okay. And you guys have been together since, say, 2002?
2002. Yeah.
Around there.
We met in 2001. Mm-hmm. And then 2002, yeah.
And how'd you guys meet?
We met at a basketball game. Actually, it was at the summer of camp, of his training camp. And I was a Warriors camper. So I was a coach, and he had someone come over and ask me if I would date and blah, blah, blah. But I had initially turned him down, and then we went on a date. We ended up going on a date a few months later, and then we ended up getting arrested on our second date.
Whoa.
Well, he got arrested, and then
you cannot skate over that.
Yeah.
it was a gun charge. He had a gun charge.
Wow.
We went to the shooting range, my idea.
Uh-huh.
And we put the gun in the back of the seat.
So it was an innocent charge.
Yeah, it was an innocent charge for sure at the time. Yeah, that one was innocent. We were innocent.
Okay.
But yeah, so we were rocking ever since.
So
literally.
how did y'all go from rocking to him attacking you every day on social media? You not really attacking him publicly, but from what he says, using the media and using the victim card to get him back. What is going on? Like, let's get into what's actually happening, what the viewers are seeing right now online.
So here's the issue I have with Gil. I thought that separating after all this time and all these years, it would just be a separation. You know, in the beginning, I was still like trying to dig and going through computers and phones, and I was doing the FBI stuff. Trying to crack codes and get more depth into it. But that was just in the midst of being in a relationship, and you know what I mean? Like trying to figure out what is really going on, because, he had another child. Ooh. And I didn't even know. The way I found out was, and then I had heard, but it just wasn't never confirmed. And then finally it was confirmed that he did have another baby. And I always told him that would be the deal breaker. Mm-hmm. Like if you ever had another child while we were together. And then he says we weren't together, but
a break baby.
Yeah, I'm like, right.
Break
like,
baby?
Only
right.
Only in our community.
Yeah.
Break baby.
That we have break babies, right?
Right.
Which is fun. Listen, and at the end of the day, cool. But I still had to say, okay, this decision I said, and this is something I can't do. Like, and I have been through everything with him. Like, and went back. But for me at this time, it was the deal breaker. It was like, okay, let me get my shit together.
And how old is the break baby? Sorry, I didn't mean to call it the break baby.
She's 1. And she's a cutie pie. Like, that's the thing. Like, listen, like.
So you guys have only split up for a year now.
Yeah, we've only been split for a year.
Do you think that Gilbert took issue with you? Kind of ending up on TV, because you ended up on Basketball Wives in, I guess it was like 2011 or something like that, in and around. and he was reported to have wanted to get production shut down.
Yeah,
and
no.
the whole nine.
He's big on court.
Yeah.
But wait, the issue. Let me just say. The issue, from what I understand, is that Drea got on the show. Drea was his alleged jump off.
And I didn't even know
You didn't
that.
know she was on the
I
show.
didn't have a clue.
Even though your sister brought her in the show on the show as a part of her acting school, whatever.
Right.
So then she's on the show. Then
that
Gilbert,
was all made up too, because my sister didn't even know.
Yeah,
her.
Gloria told me that. So what was it that pissed Gilbert off that you were now going to be on the same show with Drea, and because you had made allegations that they had an affair?
Well, I didn't not only just make allegations. There was just so much that even she and I had talked about for a little bit. There was a time when we were pretty cool. Like me and Drea were cool. I just think, after a while, it is what it is. It's a woman thing. So it's like, oh, I can't and you can't, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, even with the Drea stuff, to be honest with you, Jay, I'm at this point in my life, I don't care.
Okay, but
I got a question.
wait, hold on. The reason we're here is because there's a lot going on right now online between you and Gilbert. New audio has been released on the Breakfast Club that he's reacting to.
Oh, okay. So
if everything is cool, then there's nothing to talk about because it doesn't appear to be cool. And so what I'm asking is, I mean, people, again, like I said when we interviewed Matt last week, I really don't care. We've been friends for a long time. I don't get in I don't call you and ask you all your business, but the people want to know. So we're here to ask what the people want to know.
Right.
And obviously give you the platform to say your side, because a lot of the, a lot of the vernacular, a lot of the conversation comes from his side, because he's very liberal with his Instagram page.
Yes, he is. But here's the thing. So my initial thing with the whole social media was, I'm going to state facts. Mm-hmm. And I don't leak anything. I put it out. It's out. Like there is no, let's make no mistake. Like I gave what I gave because I'm putting it out. Like here's an email I wrote to you. You want to be funny. You want to this and that. You want to dog me out every week. Here's some facts. Okay. And then
I read the email.
A voicemail message. I can't provoke you to say nothing you want to say. I talk, like he said, well, she's always calm. She provoked me. I don't say anything. Here's a fact, though. These are facts. This is what you said as facts. I can't make those up. So that was my biggest thing opposed to his rants on Instagram, that people actually believe, when in my mind I'm thinking someone just recently told me, well, you play the victim card too. And I was like, how the hell? I got video. The only reason why I record anything that we have in conversation is solely because I don't want my mom, one day she might have to play that shit at my funeral. Mm-hmm. The way it's going, it's bad.
So let me ask you, do you feel that the relationship is toxic enough for it to end up with him hurting you?
I do think about Nicole Brown a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not in the sense of do I fear for my life? Sometimes I do. I'm gonna be 100 with you. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot that y'all don't see. Mm-hmm. You just see him posting the children, and and life is great. There's so much more to a snap.
How much physical contact do you guys have? I mean, let's just say the switch off with the kids. Is that done?
No, we don't even have that. And here's my other issue. What's absolutely crazy to me in the same breath. I don't mind being in contact with him at all. Mm-hmm. I don't, because I don't know what our fight is about, to be honest with you. I'm really lost as to why we beef the way we beef, especially when he says, you provoke me, you this, you that. I said, okay, let's stop. But then I can't post a picture about food and then you comment on my page about my food and then you get ranting again. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, well, you started it. How the hell I started when I just posted some shit about food?
So I have a question. Is Gilbert an alcoholic? Because he has very substance abuse behavior.
No, he doesn't.
He says a lot of shit, and I'll be like, he can't be sober saying that.
He doesn't.
Well, see,
I know of.
I don't see it as that. This is the way it looks like on me. And again, I don't know Gilbert Arenas. I've maybe met him once, saw him twice. To me, because I don't have the relationship you have with him, or that anybody else would. I mean, he's just a celebrity that I see in passing, so I don't know him. But what it looks like to me online is that you all have a relationship. You wrote an email that got out. and there's a lot of facts in there that people have, kind of used as banter on social media. And he's then taken to the social media to attack everything you've said. You've never really responded to it. So that's why I think, as Melyssa was saying, like giving you an opportunity to say your piece is important, because for right now, people look at it as a social media war that's comical, but really it can be some real life shit.
Because domestic violence is really not a subject that anybody should ever play with. I mean,
but not even just domestically. This is like, and I told him, you like a social media bully. Like you just beat me down. And a lot of times people are like, well, how come you don't respond? I get calls from people you couldn't imagine that are like, yo, I've known you for years. Go in on this guy.
Right.
And I'm like, for what? I just want to state facts so I could be left alone.
It seems like that from the outside looking in, just because I kind of just joined the party, and it just seems like that there's nothing off limits. I mean, he goes into
he goes
into such a descriptive nature that he basically says that your family has ostracized you, like they don't have anything to do with you,
right?
And I don't know if you're really in a position, because you did mention that there's legalities involved, if you could even talk about that. But, he basically says that he has more contact with your family than you do.
He talks to my brother and sister.
I think your brother reposted something that he said, and it's like, did he post that in kind of like allegiance?
I don't know. I didn't even see that. But to be honest with you, my brother was close with Gilbert, like really close. They were like brothers. And a whole bunch of stuff happened. He was doing his thing, Gilbert was, and the whole house got self-destructed. It was a disaster. So I pulled the plug on everybody. My brother living with me, everything, and but as far as like, let me get back to my family.
Okay.
My father is my best friend to date. Like, so I talk to my mother every single day. I talk to there's 9 of us. I talk to all my brothers and sisters. I don't have very much contact with Lonnie and Gloria.
Okay.
I don't have very much contact with them, but we contact and keep in communication for our children. Our kids are really close, and we do not take that away from them, like, period, regardless of whatever we have. But Gilbert says whatever he wants to say, because nobody says nothing. Because we all kind of are like, it's funny, but it's not funny no more. Like now it's not funny no more.
Right.
So let me ask some facts, just so we can get to, because I want to try to get this, because there's so much. Okay, so did he fuck your sister Gloria?
Oh, gee.
That's a fact. Either, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to just go through what I've heard.
Because it sounds...
hold on. There's just so many things.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to know where to start.
I think that there's answers that don't have to be a yes or a no when it is what it is.
Okay, so explain why you believe your sister cheated with your husband.
I can't go into that.
Legally?
Yeah.
Okay. So whether or not what can you talk about? Because I personally am not going to do it.
So right now there was word that a $3 million judgment has been handed down in his favor.
Right.
The judge basically decided that there wasn't enough evidence to support, your claims of him passing on an STD, et cetera, all the information that was in the email.
Right.
My automatic first question was, okay, so if he pays child support and alimony, but you owe a $3 million judgment, does that kind of cancel it out?
Right. So here's why I don't fight with him in court, because he goes to court for. It's so funny how you can bully me all day, and anytime I say some fact, you go to court.
But we haven't talked
that
about
just sounds like a street bully. But with what he's saying, and so as far as court, I don't fight court because I can't afford to fight court. And so I don't show up. I don't pay for it. I'm not paying a lawyer. I'm not doing nothing. For what? Like, you and I both know what's happening here.
But I don't know what's happening. That's the thing that's frustrating.
At the end of the day, I get it.
But let me talk about the people, because...
But who are you when it comes to like me and him?
No, it's not me. No, because you guys are playing it out in front of the world.
Well, if we're going to keep it 100, then keep it 100. We don't even need to go to court. You should have just been like, I'm going to chalk that up because it's the truth and I'm going to keep it moving.
Facts.
Right. But
that's all I'm saying.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to get to, because people, because whenever I post a picture of you online, I can see the most beautiful picture. I saw Laura Govan on Basketball Wives just having had a baby. to where you are now. You take your fitness serious. You take,
That's my vice.
You take your family serious. You take your motherhood serious. And you take your fashion serious. And I feel like as hard as you've worked to become a better person, you
still get the short end of the stick.
You're doing what you do right now, and you fall back into not wanting to put your story out, which allows you to continue to look a certain way in the media. So what I'm saying is, I understand there's legal things you can't talk about.
Right, but here's the other thing. Every time I put whatever I say and I put it out, it just gets ran over. Like nobody listened to the video. If you listen to the video, I am saying, please leave me alone.
The recording that
yes,
okay.
I'm asking, I'm begging. I told him at one point, I will pay you to leave me alone.
Right.
Like I will pay you to stop ranting and stuff and saying all these things about me. And then, you call me a liar. But here's my other issue. If you don't care, then you would care less. You ain't got to say shit about me. Like
so do you not talk about the history between him and Gloria because it's a legal issue? Because I'm not legally bound to not talk about it, so I'm just going to ask. But is there a reason why you can't talk about it, or you're choosing not to talk about it as a way of protecting them?
No, I'm not trying to protect nobody. To be honest with you, I'm writing a book, and I have my own thing going on. And there's just certain things that I just can't talk about.
Okay.
Right yet.
Okay.
But listen, you got your answer.
So why don't you? So Gloria is not invited to your birthday party.
She's most definitely welcome to come.
But she can't come to your VIP area.
She can listen. She could do whatever she wants to do right now.
You and Gloria,
at the end of the day, she's still my sister.
You and Gloria seemed very, very close.
She was my baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's from an outsider, just kind of being.
But did y'all at least go to the backyard and go line it up?
Oh my God! What?
You gotta go fight for that though. That's just
for
disrespect.
God's sake. Listen. Okay, these two were freaking frack, from what I understand.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a 6 degrees of separation thing kind of happening. We know some of the same people, and you guys, from what I hear, have them hands. Like, and
they're from the Bay Area.
Yeah, and if somebody, I know about a particular girl, you guys ran out of town because who was she?
Shaquetta Jones from Bossa, because she was fucking Gilbert allegedly. That was part of the
God,
rumor.
Jason.
Listen. Here's the deal. This is Hollywood.
What it is. Hey, in
this
real
is Hollywood
life.
Unlocked Uncensored. If you
real
guys
life.
are gonna sit in the room and do this
In
patty
real
cake
life,
shit,
yeah.
that's not the show for that.
That's why I was just asking.
I'm
Like,
with
did you
you.
at least
So
go
let me
fight
tell you what
her?
happened. A girl named CJ from Bossa came here as a writer. She got a makeover, got her hair done, thought she was a socialite, allegedly fucked Gilbert, and then got ran out of town. She's back now. Welcome back to Hollywood. Can we have a fucking radio show here that we usually do? 'Cause
Jason.
I don't like all this soft shit. Okay, here's the deal.
I just asked her if she fought Gloria. That's what I was asking.
But my thing is, if
Nah, I'm not
Laura,
gonna fight my sister.
but my thing, Laura, is if you a minute ago feel that there's even a close of a comparison to Nicole Brown Simpson, what I'm trying to get is how serious is,
Because it's deeper than what y'all see. So, for example, again,
Help
you
us
see
see it.
you guys see the ranting and the raving, right?
on social media.
On social media, where it's
Okay.
just going. I see past that. Like I get the be careful when you go home because there's somebody following you. I get a lot that nobody sees, the harassment that he also gives.
Can I
Like, it's
ask
a
you
lot.
about his relationship with guns? Because that the second
gun
date,
in the locker room.
that's what I was going to say. So,
But
does he have kind of like a fascination with them? Does he really like to have them around him at all times?
No,
like
I don't think
ready
it's
at the
so
bit
much.
type?
I don't think it's so much about guns. I think it's accountability is his issue. I think he's not accountable for the things that he does, and I think that his money allows him not to be.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
So
he comes off as a reckless individual. with
Well,
the things that he
I
says.
will say, as playing devil advocate, I guess I've only met him twice. I didn't get that because I don't know him.
Are you
but
seeing
I'm
his
a,
post
I mean, he's a really nice guy when you meet him.
I'm a fan in the audience. I was with Floyd, so I was passing, hey, how are you? Not, hey, I'm Laura's friend. But I don't know him to know that he's reckless. I know his Instagram is reckless as fuck. I know that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the pettiness is entertaining.
But here's what's
hold on,
losing.
let me finish.
Here's who's
Let me
losing, our
finish. If you
kids.
take a step back,
Yeah.
If you take a step back from the Instagram and look at it, when you just look at Instagram, it immediately looks entertaining. When you take a step back, it's like there's kids that are going to see that.
Yeah.
There's the blogs that are living for it and making it a petty fight when it could really be a volatile situation in the waiting.
In real life, like there's some shit. That's what I'm saying. So, but again, there's a lot of stuff that I can't talk about that ends up happening on the back end. Like there's just a lot of stuff that he does that is just not okay.
But you can't talk about it.
No,
But
but he does a lot of like. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's so fucked up how he has it so legally bound certain things, but he could just go and go. He be going, but I'm not gonna fight him.
This is where I'm confused.
Does that make sense?
No, because I don't understand why he can say, he literally says anything he wants.
He does. He says anything he wants.
But you can't answer.
But because I keep getting sued and sued and
But
sued,
but here's the
I'm
deal.
like,
Here's the
fuck.
deal.
I don't like.
Yeah, it's called being sued into submission.
Yeah, I'm like, dude,
I like
there's
that.
nothing I can say.
No, that's
Like,
that's called bullshit because she already lost a $3 million suit last
I
week.
got another one
but listen
coming.
though. But listen though.
That's
like-
what I'm saying is the constant litigation and the fact that he's worth what, I don't know, $200 million and she obviously is probably not worth that much. It's called being sued into submission.
But-
I mean, America is the most litigious fucking country in the fucking world.
This is where I
and
come from, though. I listen when people talk. I think this guy is a dangerous guy from the shit that he says, because he knows the platform that he
is
has.
the problem.
So I know that,
no,
this
and
is-
I do fear him like that. I do fear that one day. I do fear, and I told my mom even tells me, like, she calls me every single night, and I'm like, I'm fine. She's like, yo, are you up at 4 a.m? I'm like, I'm good. Like, Mom.
Well, what's your mom's
Because
relationship with Gilbert?
nobody in my family has a relationship with him right now.
Other than your brother?
No, I don't even think that's even happening.
Okay.
I don't. So what he says, I don't believe is even true.
Okay.
So
Okay. So, well, at the end of the day, what you said is true. The real losers in this situation is the kids.
yeah, my children are.
I mean, how old's
losing.
the oldest one?
She's 10.
Okay, so
have a
she's
10-year-old.
definitely. Is it wrong for me to assume that she's on social media?
No, she's musically out. And
But she goes to school and
She-
her
she-
friends
exactly.
are.
So she has-
yeah, and
she
she's
is-
a socialite and
Yeah.
she does her little thing.
So
But
she has access to this information, and it's
yeah, and
just-
we have to be honest, and that's why I tell him, like, we have to be honest about what's really going on. Like he says, well, you provoke me. I cannot provoke the shit that you say, because
Well,
our kids one day are going to read that.
What's really important is that there's a lot of women watching the show and a lot of men who are going to hopefully walk away from this conversation and feel like they have a better understanding of the relationship off social media, and that leads and bleeds into social media, but also maybe relate to their own situation that may be difficult, a violent relationship or a tumultuous relationship, and find a way or find a voice to leave on their own. So, I just asked, we're going to ask you more questions, and let's get into like the details of what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, because we have full respect for the fact that you have a book coming out, and you want to save some details. Other detail, DoBoy, Jesus Christ. And other details are, obviously involved in, kind of a litigious state right now with Gilbert. But the reality of this situation is that you've gone on record as saying certain things, very, very inflammatory things, as it relates to your relationship your sister's relationship with Gilbert, and that, basically that you had to hook Gloria up with Matt in order to keep her off of Gilbert. I mean, that is like, whoa, that is.
So is that true?
That is true.
Wow.
That's what I did.
And so,
Yeah.
and so, how was that how was that conversation? I mean, do you just?
It wasn't a conversation for nobody. It was something that I was going through, and we were younger, and I was like, you know what? I've known Matt. Here's what's crazy. I've known Matt since we were like in the ninth grade, something crazy. I remember when he had pimples and ugly and little. But,
He ain't got that no more.
Nah,
he was here last week.
He's nice
He got
looking.
tattooed.
No, he's nice looking now, right?
He got
but
it together.
he, there was just a lot of fuckery going on in the relationship, and it's crazy, like with all this stuff and all that had happened, and there's a lot of shit that I went through, in the relationship with my sister and dealing with this situation with the Gloria Gilbert. And when I met Matt, he asked me later on when we had reconnected, and he was like, listen, how I want somebody like you, like who you got? And I was like, you know what, ding ding ding, I got my sister.
Okay.
And so when I hooked them up, I thought that was my relief of her. She was a thorn in my ass when I was in a relationship with Gilbert. It was really bad. And her friends and at the time and all that stuff.
See,
So
that-
as of 2011, to the outside looking in, you and Gloria were Ace Boon Coon. Like up until a couple of years ago, where was the split? What happened to
There's
to
never
divide?
fucking
there's
Gilbert.
never been a
But she says that-
rekindling
she
of
says
being,
that was
being
in
a sister.
the past.
It was almost like I would try it's crazy because I would try to, like, okay, look, we're sisters, let's still be cordial, still be cool. And it just doesn't work. It just didn't work. I would never, and that's my issue today with women. Like, how the hell I'm gonna have a friend when I can't have a friend in somebody who I loved, adored, and believed in? That was my sister.
Was your family?
Yeah, it was my sister.
Let me ask you: has Gilbert ever hit you?
Ooh.
I would say that we have equally fought.
So you all have hit each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question about Gilbert. Is Gilbert as crazy as he seems?
He can.
But we've
be.
already said that.
I'm just asking her straight up.
Here's the deal. But
He can be. He can be very crazy.
He comes off as crazy to me.
But you've said that.
I'm just
we
asking.
don't know. Listen, we don't know Gilbert. This interview is about Laura's relationship with Gilbert. His temperament. I mean, we asked her if he hit her, and she said they hit each other. So I don't know. I mean, how many times we can ask?
We have 5 different sides that we present.
That I asked her that question.
We have 5 different sides that we present to 5 different people, and the truth of the matter is that Gilbert comes off as very gregarious. He comes off as very likable. He's got like that little twinkle thing happening in his eye with the quick
he's
smile.
very womanizing. I mean, listen, here's a man who was sleeping with our nanny. Okay, so it was like, what else can happen? Like, what else more can I take? It became like everything became numb to me. Like, all right, you slept with the nanny. He would deny. I'm a woman. I know.
Did the nanny
She
tell you?
indirectly told me. She told me indirectly. You want to know how she told me?
How?
I got a yeast infection, a bacterial infection.
Oh,
and I was like, well, okay. And she would I found her one time in the bedroom. She was drunk. And I was like, how the hell you drinking on the job? You got to go. I was like, dude, you got to go.
Right.
And then, as a woman, even before all that happened, I remember seeing her one time. She was so afraid of Gilbert. And I remember seeing her in the kitchen, like right next to him. And she was on the phone and he was washing the dishes. And I was like, oh, they fucking.
A woman knows.
So how did it come out?
know.
How did it come out though? Like how did it finally hit the fan?
Well, that was it.
She had left and I said, you come to you. She knew. She knew
that you knew.
She knew that I knew.
Women's intuition is real.
Nah, she knew.
Oh, so
she knew.
So wifey in your phone, she know what's going on
She
with
knew.
you, Melyssa.
No. Listen, let me tell you. Let me tell y'all something.
Yes.
I can't make this shit up. I can't make
Yeah,
this up.
yeah.
These are facts. That's what I'm saying. I'm stating facts.
Yeah,
like
right.
don't go on Instagram ranting and play me out to. It's always like, oh, here she goes. She's victimizing or she's a victim and she's trying to play the role.
But
y'all don't get what I go through.
I think it's because you have not, I'm gonna tell you the Laura right now. I've never heard because you're actually telling your truth, your story, and I feel like in many ways, at least it perception. The people say that he preys on your silence. Like he preys on the fact that you don't talk.
He does prey on my silence. That's why, because I never say nothing in trying to be defensive for my children. But then, you know what I hate? Let me tell you what I hate. I hate when my damn parents are like, it's both of y'all. Then I flip out. So if you want to make it equal playing, here we go then, nigga. Let me state more facts.
Talk to him, Laura.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead.
In the off and on kind of situation, because that's always very gray, cloudy as to what you're permitted to do. I don't really agree with having babies during breaks, but hey, that's just my philosophy.
Right.
In terms of your rumored promiscuity, during
sleeping with Shaquille. I've
So
had
did you sleep
this
with
man.
Shaquille?
No,
Never.
Shaquille is one of my best friends. No,
You fuck him?
no.
No, because I heard he had a little penis. I was gonna ask you.
That's fucked up, but no.
How
But
come
let
you
me
7
tell you.
feet with a
But
smoke?
I'll tell you
That
this.
happens?
This is what I will say.
I'll tell you
I've
later.
heard I've slept with a lot of people, and especially according to Gilbert, he would banter me with whoever I was talking to. Oh, you slept with him. He found out it ain't true. Oh, he slept with him. Found out it ain't true. And I can't. There's only so much I could do. Like, look,
because a mattress being strapped to your back.
You've tried to move on.
I have moved on, and here's what's crazy. Every time I do move on, here Gilbert comes.
So Gilbert won't let you go.
No, he won't. You know what? No, he absolutely won't. Someone I was dating showed up at their house twice saying they talk shit. Who cares? Yo, baby mama talk shit about me. I don't say anything. I say nothing. You want to know why? Because I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. I don't say nothing about her parenting skills. And from what I hear, they ain't good. And I still don't say nothing. No. Listen, because her kids my children have to be around her.
Right.
And I'm like, look, as long as she's good to my kids, I don't give no fuck.
Let me tell you what's dope about Laura. She was fucking with this dude for 15 years. So I know for a fact she knows shit about him. She could come on this show and spill it all out, and she ain't do that. That's why I respect her. She's a solid chick. Because I know she knows shit.
And she also had snacks in her bag with your hungry ass.
First of all, let me
no, but I'm telling y'all, when I do speak, they're facts. He keeps saying I make this shit up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I was, it was like when I was molested, I'm like, did he molest me? You start to think like,
question
you
yourself.
start to be so bantered. It's kind of like, and then in this unhealthy ass relationship that I was used to, fucked up relationship was normal for me.
So
Now trying to get it right, here he comes.
Yeah.
And he's always saying, it's always a reason why he comes for me. Or he's saying that I said something. So here, let me say something so you could actually now tell the truth. Because a lot of stuff you're doing, you're just killing me from the back. And then because I don't say anything,
that's what she
fuck
said.
that.
I've heard that
because
before.
when I don't say anything and you want to know why I don't say shit? Because I'm trying to live my life.
I respect that.
And now I have to say something. I have to fucking defend myself. You want to know why I have to defend myself? Because my children are one day going to be like, Mom, he said all this shit about,
well,
why
that's
don't
what I
you
was going to
say anything?
That's a good point. Not only your children, but the women watching and the women listening, the women that read social media. It's
like I don't
all
have
women should stick up for
and
themselves.
then do you know who gives me the most shit? Are women.
Really?
They're like, you're not a good mama.
Why do you think that is?
ain't shit. And I'm thinking, damn, that should be
No,
a guy's code to stay together. But for a woman to come at me like that, like
Women don't have that kind of code.
I don't understand.
But let me
I'm
say what I see on social media is because, first of all, most of the women that feel that way about you don't look like you. Not to say,
but let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. No, because at the end of the day, people always think like, oh, well, she's cute, so she's good. Look, she's spending all that money. First of all, I shop at thrift stores and I change them damn clothes around. People don't know actually what I literally do for style. That's my vice too. I like to.
Well,
I don't get mad. I get
kids
sexy.
to be wearing Gucci and Fendi
And they do.
I don't get mad.
My kids do wear that's dumb
I don't
shit.
get mad. I get sexy.
No,
that's
that's
a
my
t-shirt.
book. That's my book.
Come on, man.
So,
I like that. I don't get mad. I get sexy.
But no,
I like that.
but why get mad? Like, what is the point of getting mad at you? I'm just gonna get sexy. I gotta get another husband. I gotta be good for myself.
Yeah.
I gotta be good to myself.
Didn't he say you were with a woman too? He tried to say you were with your trainer.
Yeah, he said that I was dating my trainer. First of all,
she's hot though.
I don't give a shit
And
what
she
she
look like
is.
she'll knock
Who do you
him out.
train
I don't give a shit what she is.
Who do you
I
train
don't roll
with?
like that.
Yo,
Who do you
fuck with
train
that.
I don't know. I don't even train with her anymore.
She got tattoos. She's
She's
sweet.
a good friend. I don't give a shit what she is. She's a good friend of
But she
mine.
not your girl.
Period.
Okay.
Hell, I would.
You ain't
I've
hitting
never
that.
dated
You
a
ain't
woman.
hitting that.
I've never
Have you ever had sex with a woman?
I've never.
Not even in college?
Not even in college. And one tried to kiss me and we got in a fight. I have never.
So you're
I have
strictly
never.
dickly. You're strictly
I do.
dickly.
I love the dick. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm
love
saying.
it?
I love it.
Speaking of dick,
How's that for a soundbite?
What do you think of the Warriors this year?
They're great.
How's Klay Thompson? Have you talked to him lately? I mean, you're both from the Bay.
There's a lot of people from the Bay, Jay.
Yeah,
Are you fucking Klay?
Listen, the
No,
streets.
Damn.
Jay.
Who
Who
says
that?
The streets,
Yeah.
He says that.
the streets
I said
are
it.
not
No.
saying that they're fucking, but the streets are saying that y'all know each other very well.
No, I know a lot. No, I know. Listen, I'm a basketball player. I know a lot of athletes.
Do you ever rub his back when he has a rough game?
Keep it going.
Okay.
What's the next
shit,
question?
she's
No, I
smiling.
don't.
I mean, she
Shout out to
blushing.
Klay
No, I
Thompson.
don't. No, I don't.
You know he shoot
No.
them shots.
No, I don't. Klay is a good guy. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. He's a really nice person.
So if I wanted to get a ticket to the Warriors game,
You
not
gotta
not
call
right now,
Ticketmaster.
that she might be the new curve
NBA.com.
queen. Okay, so back to Gilbert. Okay, so there was an audio file that just recently hit the airwaves where he says "fuck the children" or "fuck your children," or "fuck our children." What? How did
Fuck
that
you
go?
and fuck the kids.
He
How did
said
that
that I
come?
provoked him into saying that, and that I set it all up, and I was calm. I have multiple occasions of me and him talking. The only reason why I record anything that he and I talk about is, again, I do not want my mom. I want people to know that it's very volatile on his end where it is now. Like, you know, and I asked him too in the video that came in the
Audio tape.
In the audio tape, I'm like, I'm clearly saying, and he says this, all you say is leave me alone. You said it yourself. Like, dude, I'm telling you to leave me alone.
So if you say right now, Gilbert, I no longer want to bother you or be around you or know you or just deal with you and the kids and say, please just leave me alone and go away.
Here's something I said
Will
to
he
him.
go away?
I will give you, if I say anything about you anymore publicly, I will give you, you will never have to pay me child support again. I gave him that. I said that. I said that to him. If because he keeps saying, "Oh, you're the one going on radio interviews and doing this and doing." No, if I do anything, I'm stating facts and trying to clear up the dumb shit you saying that's lies.
So the people that don't understand this $3 million lawsuit, you lost because.
I lost because I don't show, like I don't give no effort to go. I feel
so
like
you just don't go to court.
Wait,
no, because I can't afford it. I can't afford it.
$3 million?
Wait, yes,
and
no,
won.
it was $30 million, and I have to pay a percentage. But here's the thing. You think I'm gonna give him $3 million? Like, come on, man. What you suing me for? Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what you talk about. That's what I'm saying. You want to go on the internet, go give me pages of death and lies, and then I say facts. And you suing me, like help me understand where the man, shit is in that.
Because it really is like
I feel like I'm fighting back now. It is honestly. I'm fighting back now because I'm tired of being cyberbullied. Like this dude is it's just out of control, and all he understands is media. Like he's going to feed off of this. He's going to eat me alive. He's going to love this. But you know what? This interview, but at the end of the day, I am stating facts.
So was the STD that he was reported to have given you that bacterial yeast infection that the nanny
that's
had?
not even, no, that's not STD. Okay. Yeah, this was years ago. And that was another thing. I'm like, dude, it was years ago.
Chlamydia?
Like, come on. No.
I had chlamydia twice. Wasn't that bad?
If you ain't get chlamydia, you ain't fucking enough. Condoms are for suckers.
So
but they were fucking married.
But look, we were together, and like, and you and I both know. Right. So it's like, why are we out here? What are you doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So
like,
why hasn't the court put like a moratorium on his tweets and Instagram?
You want to know why? Because I ain't said shit. I don't go and tell my lawyer. I don't want to pay him no more than I have to. Like, and I need to defend myself. I need to pay the motherfucker. If I'm paying for certain shit, I'm saving up to pay for this, because you cannot. He has no control. He has no filter. He has no control, and it's beyond what y'all see though. Yeah. That's what's crazy. All y'all see is that shit on that paper and ranting. What do you think he's gonna say about that book? I don't care, because it's just not about him. It's about my life and where I come from. And
will the proceeds from the book have to go to that $3 million judgment?
No, that's under my. That's something else. No,
that's just crazy. Because I mean,
but what are you suing me for? Is the question. You're not going to get the money. You want to know? He told me the other day. He was like, "Oh, I called and I said, I would like to speak to the children. He don't let me speak to them. So I said, okay, and they don't have their cell phones on them. So I'm like, all right, cool. Where are the girls? Oh, they're with the girl. Oh, okay, cool. Let me get her number. He was like, no, I only did that so you can get mad. I was like, dude, listen. Let me tell you something. It's not, I'm not mad. I'm not getting mad. Stop trying to irritate me, because I'm not irritated. What I'm irritated about is that you keep bothering me. Right, like at some point, leave me the fuck alone.
So do you feel it's getting to a point where it can get violent?
Yes, it's scary. Like,
I'm telling you,
he has showed up at other people's house. That's how you disrespect other men like that, like who have nothing to do with you, say nothing, do nothing. Get out of here. What you come over here for?
Has he made any threats to do anything?
Yeah, of course he has. And Gilbert has acted on some stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like he's done some real fucked up shit to people. And he always talks about, burning people's house down and fighting and let's go fight. I'm like, for what? Like, what do you, just go away. Like, when is it that you're going to fall in love, do your thing? You know what I mean? When does that chapter happen for you? In all honesty, I want him to be happy, because if he's happy, we're going to be happy. Does that make sense?
Maybe you could hook him up with some, well, he has somebody else already.
No, that's not what he tells me. But
who? Jason.
Does he have somebody else now in his life or no? He has a girlfriend.
No, he says he doesn't. And he tells me that every time we talk on the phone. I don't talk to nobody. I don't care if you did. I don't give a shit.
So, okay, well, if there's any woman out there that wants Gilbert Arenas,
please let us know. Please make him happy, please.
We're gonna hit no chill Gil. He changed his Instagram again.
He canceled that first account, and now it's no chill Gil. Listen, I think.
And you know what else I'm thinking about asking the judge? Like, we take our kids off social media, because I love posting them, but they get it. And you know what? I let my kids be kids, like to the fullest. I grew up. I hate that the way that I dress. Like, this is how I dress. This is how I look all the time. I got on Chucks.
By the way.
Thank you.
You don't always look like that.
No, the only way you see me look cute is when I go out, right? That's it.
Instagram.
No, you look amazing right now.
You look cute now, but I know what you're talking about. Dressed up.
Nah, come on. Yeah, like, but here's
like that picture I posted the other day.
But if my kids got this on, people are like, oh my God. My daughter has like an $800 pair of jeans. And I'm like, I mean,
like anytime you post a picture of your kids, they're like, why are the kids not eating? Or why are they wearing Walmart clothes? I'm like,
my kids have.
Your kids don't never
some
look
of their
like this.
shirts like that are filthy. The Gucci sign is covered up in dirt. So I'm like, there's nothing I could do, and not only that, fuck what you think. I want my kids to be kids at the end of the day, but I don't want them to be scrutinized publicly. So that's why I want to just cut all the social media.
Okay, so let's.
And in essence, that's exactly what's happening. Is the kids are being scrutinized a little bit more than you and Gilbert to a certain extent. Everybody is basically like, but what about the kids?
To see what they look like.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's
what about
not
the
fair.
kids? And
that's not fair.
And how are they going to respond to this? You know, when they're like mature enough to really understand.
And my kids grow up. They're surfer kids. My kids like to wear what we call chanclas and fucking swim shorts and tank tops. My kids don't give a shit about how I dress. You know what my daughter does when I come in the house? My 6-year-old, she's like, sit down, close your eyes, and she be peeling off my lashes. And she be like, they don't care about the exterior Laura, Instagram Laura.
Right.
They don't give a fuck.
They just love their mom and
they
want
just
their
love
dad to
their
stop
mom.
being mean.
Yeah, they love me. And I like, listen, and I want them to love him. Like, don't get it twisted. He just him coming around is great. Like, listen, I will take it. I'm not that woman who's like, oh, he just came around, now he want to be an Instagram dad. Nah, you doing it, do it.
Okay, so question. So Gilbert, is very active on social media. IG is like his best friend. But has he taken the opportunity to like do interviews on this particular subject? I mean, I don't even know where he is because he's like playing for China right now or something like that.
No, he's here. He's here. I'm pretty sure that he'll do an interview. And I think at some point he'll do an interview, which is great. Listen, whatever your truth is, you know what I mean? Like, it's his story. It's history. Like, I can't tell you what he's going to say, what he's not. I just know what I lived through. I know what I dealt with. I know what I deal with. That's all I can go off of. I'm not coming on here. There's no point in me making up shit. Like, in real life, I just want to be happy. Like, I really want to live the cliche life. Like, I want to be happy, live life, and keep it moving. I want to have sex every day. I want to be happy.
That would be wonderful.
I want to do me.
That would be
I want to have more kids.
So this is a real question, just because I'm maybe it's a girl thing, and I'm really just kind of attached to this whole Gloria Laura thing.
Yeah,
she's in a monogamous relationship with Derek Fisher. Seems to be very, very happy with him.
Yeah.
Do you see, in the near or far future, you two kind of reconciling and getting back to being besties? Because I mean,
besties, no. Sisters. Well, listen, we'll always be sisters, right? And let me say this though, off record, love is love.
You on the mic.
What I say, off record, on record, I meant love is love. Like, I don't give a shit how it comes, forms, whatever. If that's what you want to do and you're happy, do that. If that's, that's her life now. She's 30. Let her do her thing. Again, I love, so whatever, right? But as far as she and I are concerned, I would never trust her again. That's just an honest sister. This is the first time I've ever talked about this, actually, ever. And I don't, as a sister, I will always love her. But let me say this though. If we at the club and somebody's trying to fuck with her, we fighting. Like, I'm a fight whoever's trying to fuck with her.
Northern California.
Like, I don't care. Yeah, like,
but
I'm jumping over tables.
Shit to do, though, like, for her to do that. That is some sucker shit.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like,
Derek
and the
Fisher
reason.
And
you know what's crazy? I used to be like, Matt is like, and today I still love Matt. Like, Matt is a real nigga.
So we just had Matt on the show last week. What's your relationship like with Matt? Because we didn't get a chance to ask him.
I don't have one with him.
Because so much has happened.
It's just a whirlwind of shit. And so I don't have a relationship with him like that anymore. But I love Matt. I loved him
he's focused on his kids and the happiness of his kids. And as you are.
Yeah, like, and so, I mean, if I see him, I don't know if he'll speak to me or not, but he knows the love that we have for each other. Like, it's, like brother and sister, period. So,
did you think it was some lame shit for Derek Fisher to be trying to talk to her?
Here's what I will say about the whole situation. I'm an athlete. I play basketball all my life. Laura Govan would never fuck with my teammates. Dude, your dude's that, and I'm a chick. Right. That don't sit well with me. But here's the other flip side. I like Derek. I think
but he was a sucker for that though.
No, what he did was to me.
Flagrant.
You fuck with him, but that was some sucker shit.
And Matt spoke on it. Matt said, if I recall,
I'm an athlete.
If he wasn't in the NBA, it could have went down a different way.
Yeah, like if he wasn't his teammate, if he wasn't, if that hadn't happened. But listen, like if.
So let's talk about what you want to get out of this.
Exactly, because you've been basically, in your words, cyberbullied by Gilbert, and so you kind of have a very kind of holistic view on the topic of cyberbullying, and so you've basically started a campaign.
Yeah,
correct?
So I'm going on, and this is the other thing. I don't plan on talking about Gilbert from this point on. Mm-hmm. I just want people to understand that it's real and it could turn into some serious situations and serious shit, because I feel like people are venting when they're going on cyberbullying. They don't know how to express themselves to you, which to me is a coward move. Mm-hmm. You can't come to me, especially in our situation. You lay down with me all those times, because it just didn't take one time to have 4 babies. So it's like, and then now you can't speak to me? Like, that's delusion. Like, that's crazy. And you
talked about Nicole Brown Simpson earlier. Social media wasn't around in the OJ days. So
it kind of got brought back around.
There are new ways of showing signs that something bad can be happening. So because people don't really take your situation with him as real as it can get.
Because I think that when we fight, I post flowers. But I post flowers because that's the shit that matters to me. I got him at the front door when I got home. So it's like that type of stuff is more important than what he's actually talking about. But when I stop and I look at the real life situation, that shit is dangerous. Like, I got people that I know who want to beat him up that are like, yo, I'll handle him and I don't even date you like that. Like, just give the word. Like, it's stupid.
Have you ever tried to get a restraining order?
No, that's the crazier part. No. I tried. No, I'm lying. I take that back. I did try and I was denied. He actually got one against me after he stole my car.
Listen,
that's terrible. It's terrible. He stole my car. He stole my car in the middle of the night. I went to go get it back, and he had me chasing him. And I get a restraining order and hitting him in his back.
It's not funny. Let me stop.
It's not funny, but it's true. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. And then I got all this shit and evidence of like him doing, and I can't get shit. They be like, not looking at me. That's why I'm like, you know what? I told my mom, I quit. I quit. Like, I'm a fight.
Well, on some real shit, Nicole asked for a lot of help. She made a lot of cries for help.
I'm crying. Let me tell you something. The reason why I'm doing this, he probably gonna sue me anyway. But I am crying out for help in the sense of like, this shit is real. There's times when I get a fucking migraine dealing with this man, and he feeds off of this. He loves it. But the minute I don't is when I'm afraid, because he doesn't stop and he keeps going. And the minute I move on, I don't know what's going to happen. It's like even me trying to move on when he comes to people's homes and threatens them and does crazy stuff, it's out of control. And it's going to, eventually it could lead to something serious.
Has he ran the men away?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, that's happened.
But Klay hasn't left yet.
I'm done with you right now.
Okay. Well, I just want to say that, really quick, you're going to do a campaign about anti-cyberbullying. Tell us about that.
So again, sorry, I got on the rant. Sorry, but
no, I just want to commend you because the Laura that came, I've seen, having 5 sisters, seen a lot of women that have been abused or have been around abuse, and they're really closed up when they first are asked questions, but when we came back, I feel like you're finally telling your truth.
Well, because I think about those women, and the reason why is because it's crazy how I victimize myself too, like in the sense of I start to feel sorry for him. I know it's psychologically crazy, but I feel like as much shit and as bad as he's talked about me, I don't want to do it because I always got an excuse. But if I don't help myself, I can't do shit dead. That's just how I feel. Right. You know what I mean? So,
and always keep in mind, and we hope Gilbert keeps in mind, and that people on social media who may not be kind and overly opinionated, keep in mind the kids, because those kids
my kids
matter.
Are off limits. Yeah, and then that's the thing. Like, I say they off limits, but he and I are the idiots putting them through this. Mm-hmm. When I'm calling out for help, like, please stop. Help me, help you, help me. Like, please stop.
Oh, I just had a vision. This would be a great Dr. Phil episode. You two.
Or at least Ayanla Van Zandt.
No, Ayanla,
Fix my life.
Unless she bring Oprah. This is good for Dr. Phil.
Fix it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Laura Govan.
Yes.
For,
thank you so much for
you guys.
dropping
Thank you
by.
for having
amazing
me.
and you smell
Thank
great.
you. Thank you so much.
And always pretty, whether she got Chucks on or, you know,
Yes.
fancy
If I did
shit.
not have a girlfriend, I would have shot the
No,
shot.
Oh,
a wife.
please,
I would've
Doughboy.
shot the
A
shot.
wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a
So,
married
Melyssa,
girl.
you're clearly off the hook.
Yeah, thank God. Thank
Okay.
you, wifey.
Thank you.
Listen.
That's
Bye.
how you feel?
Peace.